What's poppin', y'all? I don't think I've seen a humiliation ritual crazier than this, because Adam22, he got into the ring with Jason Love, and we're gonna go through the full timeline of this and just why I was so, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that Adam22 would win, and you're probably like, you thought he was gonna win? You tripping? Hold on. I'm gonna explain to you exactly why. So first off was the announcement of the fight. The announcement of the fight happened in early January. It was like maybe just right after New Year's. I'm gonna play you guys that clip when Adam22 announces it.
So by now, I'm sure you guys have all seen the news. I, Adam22, aka the 22's, aka the White Truth, I am going to be facing Jason Love on January 23rd in Miami. Very excited. I know what you're thinking. Adam, that sounds insane. You only have 3 weeks to get ready. Here's the thing that you guys aren't considering. I've been getting ready my whole life. I've been in the gym. I've been training. Listen, this guy, Jason Love, he's big. He's muscular.
So he announces that he was going to pull up to brand risk. And I think for a long time, Adam22 was, and by a long time, I mean several months, he was trying to get a fade in with Aaron the Plumber. And like that never ended up happening. I don't know what Aaron the Plumber has been up to, because it seems like he didn't pay Vlad, or he didn't show up to an interview with Vlad. He's got issues with Adam22. There's a bunch of other people that there's like flaky things going on with Aaron the Plumber. Maybe he doesn't like this internet stuff and, just went back to his old life of working a regular job, which I can respect that if that's the case. Hey, he probably tasted like, okay, this cloud stuff is not fun. I don't know. But when this was announced, I was wondering how long did the preparation have, because the 23rd, this is less than 3 weeks. 3 weeks of training is nothing. It's zero. You might as well not, especially for someone completely untrained like an Adam22, and I would even say a Jason Love. But and I was also thinking like, yo, what's the bread looking like for, Adam22 to pull up to the ring? Like, it's got to be minimum 6 figures. So I'm just thinking, the pocket watcher in me is thinking, okay, how much is this event generating? Like, yo, is Rain dropping that much bread? They must be. Now, this event was, first off, I would like to say hats off to Aiden Ross for putting on such an incredible event. This event went smoothly. All of the fights were great except the main event, which we're about to get into after we go through this timeline. So while this is in the lead up, everyone's thinking like, yo, Jason Love's gonna knock this guy out. Look at Jason Love. Look at Adam22, right? Well, I thought that Adam22 had secretly been training, that he was a boxer. I just felt like there was this alternate timeline where we had a Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz type of fight. Now, you're probably all saying, well, we know Andy Ruiz was an excellent boxer. This was just like a visual thing. Because you saw Anthony Joshua, that looks like something they would make sculptures of. And then you looked at Andy Ruiz, who looked like he had been eating arepas his entire life and during his training camp. But he ended up beating Anthony Joshua. So I was like, I feel like we're just going to get surprised. Because think about it. In the past several years, in terms of content and stuff that has happened in real life, no script writer could have put this stuff together. That's why I said, like, yo, Boondocks died, because real life it's stranger than fiction. You couldn't even think of the things that have happened in real life. Like, who would have thought that the biggest platform for underground rappers that gave XXXTentacion his first interview, Lil Yachty, etc., would end up having his woman do XXX content that also gets smashed by another dude? You wouldn't even think that. You'd be like, nah, there's no way this is the trajectory. And that's what happened. So that's what I'm saying. So I was like, I feel like Adam22 is just going to pull out something, or Adam22 is going to, what I really thought was going to happen was that Adam would outlast the guy, pause, in the ring. In the second round, I thought that Jason Love would tire out in the first round, because he's carrying a lot of muscle. His cardio for sure is not good. So that's exactly what I thought. Well, that didn't happen. But even in the press conference, I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
This side, yeah. We know. So how you feel about this fight, brother? You been training, or you just been...
And I've been training for like 2.5 weeks. It's going to be easy work.
Wait, didn't you say you're trying to beat the allegations, Adam?
Yeah, I think once I do my thing in there, nobody's ever going to be able to comment on any of my Instagram photos ever again. So if you want to do that, now's the time. Get it out of your system, because that shit is done after tomorrow night.
Lena, your husband's getting in a ring. I feel like you guys don't need that. You guys have been doing content for such a long time. How do you feel about your husband getting in the ring?
He is kind of excited by these wild things. He's just, like once he has an idea in his head, he just goes with it. There was nothing I could do to convince him not to do this. I wish you guys had a little more time, but, once you guys had it in his head, that was it.
But you're full on supportive of him going in there with Jason.
Yes, I'm supportive. I think I'm going to be very nervous.
So it sounded like Jason Love was confident, which I would expect because everyone's gassing Jason Love. He seems like a confident guy. He's knocked down his wife, even though it was just business. And this guy, Jason Love, is a professional. Like, we got to give him credit. In terms of professionalism, despite the guy's job title and career, he's very professional. He is not very disrespectful at all. But yeah, Adam22 was kind of like, buttering up the fight. Like, yeah, I'm going to get in there. And even before this, in the lead up with the Adam and Wack show and the promotion for this event, Wack 100 was kind of believing in Adam, but Wack 100, he's one of those guys that's always standing by his mans, and Adam22 is one of his mans. But I'm going to play you guys that clip right here.
First round, he's going to come at you overly aggressive. And I think Dave is going to train you to avoid his punches. And I think somewhere towards the end, you're going to get what they call a sucker punch in. I think you're going to get a good one in. Boom! And it's going to send everybody into a roar. Second round, he's going to come out and try to kill you. He might try to pin you on the ropes, but I think Dave's going to train you how to get out of it. I believe he's going to wear himself down. Because I know you run and
Yeah.
Your cardio's up.
That's one thing that I have realized is that my cardio is pretty damn good because I've been doing 10 minutes at a time on the bike and putting the info into ChatGPT and asking for an honest review of how good my cardio is. My cardio for being 42 years old, super on point. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Jason Love, living kind of the party boy lifestyle from what I could tell.
Yeah.
I don't even know how serious he plans on taking this. So for sure, that's kind of what we've arrived at with my coach and everything is that I need to focus on just the fundamentals of boxing, how to cover up, how to throw punches, footwork, etc., and then cardio. I don't have enough time to pack on huge amounts of muscle or anything like that. It's just cardio
I got something for you.
And then basic fundamentals.
I got something for you. My guys down at the Yard LA, they do prison workout. One of my childhood friends, Ed Jr., you can go to your Instagram and pull him up, the Yard LA. I talked to him last night. I said, my bro got to fight. I need to, help with the little strength and conditioning. He said, bro, send him down. We'll with it. We got it.
It's a prison-style workout?
Yeah, but they got a gym and everything down there.
Where is it?
But you'll love it. I think they're in Sherman Oaks, somewhere over there in that area.
Now, one thing I don't think Adam asked ChatGPT properly is that cardio does not transfer. He should have asked that question first. Because let's just take, for example, you take a sub-elite marathon runner. So let's say about a 230, let's say 220 to 230 marathoner. That's sub-elite. You're not a professional marathoner at that rate, but you're you're insanely good. You put that person in a boxing ring, within one round, they're done. They may not even make it a round. And you're probably thinking, well, why? They've got insane cardio. You can't have greater cardio than that. Well, there's such a difference in the cardio. So, for example, the marathon runner is getting efficient. Their body's getting efficient at running. So it takes them less heart cardio or whatever. And the marathon runner is far more likely to last longer in a round of boxing than someone who's sedentary, for sure. But they're not even going to be close to someone because they don't have the efficiency at punching, footwork, just the speed of moving around. There's no conditioning in the shoulders, in all of the different muscles that are used in boxing that also take away from your cardio. And they can't manage the intensity, the jumps of intensity. For example, a marathon runner is pretty consistent the entire time versus someone getting punches thrown at them, your heart rate spikes, etc. All of these different things. Same thing with a runner like swimming, for instance, where you would say, okay, that's probably something that's steady state as well. Well, a runner is going to feel like they're dying after, and we're talking a sub-elite runner, is going to feel like they're dying after 50 to 100 meters of swimming. And it's partially because swimming is more upper body dominant, and the legs are kind of useless not useless, but they're not the primary driver for the swimming, as opposed to the upper body. You could just see how people are built. It's kind of like the inverse. Because swimmers usually have long trunks, like wide backs versus runners usually have very, very thin upper bodies and their lower bodies a little bit more developed. Granted, they are still very, very thin in comparison because they're marathon runners. But a swimmer, for example, going into running, now their heart and their lungs are good, but their upper body's quite big. Their legs aren't conditioned for the impact of running. So they're going to have shin, calf problems, and even tendon problems that's probably going to tire them out, and they're going to feel genuine pain before anything else. Same thing for soccer players, etc. So cardio does not transfer in the way that people think it does. However, Adam22 was feeling himself so much in the lead up to this that he was even calling out other fades backstage before he got into this one. And he called out a rapper, which I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Listen, I'm gonna come back, fight somebody at like 190. I'm probably gonna smack the shit out of Sauce Walker. He's been talking crazy. Sauce Walker is fake rich. He's making Texas look bad. I'm about to smack the fuck out of you when I see you, Sauce Walker. You a fake blood. You dead when I see you.
Oh shit. Yo, Adam. Yo, I don't know what Adam is.
TOS. We got to get banned on here.
Nah. Yo,
with me?
the 22’s.
This guy's making Texas look better than Sauce Walker.
Oh yeah, he got beef with Sauce Walker.
Well, he's a bum. He's a bum. He's fake rich.
Why y'all got beef again?
He just running his mouth. You know, he got all this shit to say about me. I'm a Sean.
So leading up to this, I don't even know what issue he's got with Sauce Walker. I don't know what he's got going on with Houston. I think he had pulled up to Houston. I think this goes back to like something about No Jumper South. I don't even know. But Adam22, he goes into the ring to fight, and Academics was supposed to commentate it. So we were supposed to get some good content. Well, this thing ended in 10 seconds. It really ended in 15 seconds. So I'm going to play you guys the clip. I don't know if we're going to be able to play the whole thing, but I'm going to try.
You know right now. You know we got our back.
Go time.
Oh,
Never let a man fuck your
never let a man fuck your. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Never.
No. No way. Wait, no. This ain't going long. Oh, my God. Told y'all. Told y'all.
Yo, he practices score punch, not take a punch.
Bro, Adam, what are you doing? It's going down. This is all part of the plan.
Black set him up.
This is all part of the plan.
Black set him up.
Black, you set him up. No, I didn't.
You didn't get him good training.
This is all part of the plan.
Yo, what the I gave him back shots and you won. Yes.
Come on, Adam. Walk this way. Let's go, 22’s. Let's go to the plan.
Let's go. It was at this moment.
So there you have it. That was the entire fight. And this was not a fight. This was objectively, I would say, the worst. It's at least tied for the worst fight, quote unquote, of all time influencer history. Now, you're probably saying, what's the tie? Well, the tie is Graham Stephan. So Graham Stephan, he went into a boxing match several years ago against this Asian content creator, and he just waved his hand. Like, he took a couple of punches, too many, and he just waved. And he pretty much threw in the white flag. I was like, wait, what the hell? He didn't take a knee. He didn't get hit hard and not get up. He didn't get knocked out. He just waved no mas. And I was like, whoa, this is humiliating. This is bad. However, that guy, Graham Stephan, at least, you know, he tried to throw a jab. He tried to throw some stuff. Adam did not throw he did not even attempt to throw a jab. And this is why I was like, whoa, Adam22 is a pacifist. Like, there's I don't think Adam22 has it in him to physically harm somebody, which you could say is probably a positive thing. Now, you know, harming someone reputationally or all of these other things, that's a different story, right? Those are two different skill sets. I would say capacities more than skill sets. So with that being said, I don't think because he didn't even throw a jab. Usually what you would see is people come in, they start throwing a bunch of punches, and then they both gas out. Adam22 didn't throw anything, and he flinched. It was like he was unprepared completely, or not even unprepared. He just doesn't have it in him. I don't think Adam22 could, because how do you not throw a punch? And that's the thing about lasting is Jason Love. I do think after the first round, he would have tired out. But around, he didn't need that whole. If Adam22 wasn't going to defend, and of course, he wasn't going to be able to hold out on this guy. So what happened after in the post game is one of the craziest things is that when they asked Lena, oh, like, what do you think of Adam? She's like, oh yeah, he's a winner. Not because, oh, he got in the ring, you know, he trained hard for this. He's a winner because he's got me. I'm like, he already had you. Can we talk about like what he contributes to this fight? And also he gave up. I think he had never been hit that hard either. Now Jason Love for sure he's not skilled, but he has had some sort of experience, and for sure with violence. Like Jason Love has been involved in violent altercations. Adam22 said the last time he had been in a physical altercation or a fight was over a decade ago, but he was probably drunk or off who knows how many drugs. And Adam22 is a big guy. He's like 6'4" or something like that. 6'3" at least. I think he's a tall 6'3". So I don't think he, you know, had many issues, but yeah, not even, he just kind of curled up into a ball. And I think he gave up after the second drop because he just didn't want to get up. He was not tired and he was not feeling too much pain. But I think once Jason Love hit him, he was like, whoa, and he got shocked. So this was a heist. Aiden Ross should be upset with this because how do all the other fights turn out so much better? Like, this event was outstanding. I'm telling you, like, these were some great fights. Now, I don't want to hear some boxing aficionados coming in and being like, man, you need to watch this boxing event instead. No. Like, I care about the personalities involved with this. And it's like, this was a good event. You got to be honest. You got to be honest. It's entertaining. The skill level for most of the fights was enough to where it didn't look like you just threw two random people in there and they just get tired after 30 to 45 seconds and are just wailing, kind of like they're drowning in a pool. So for Adam22, I think him asking for Blueface to get his back fade, I think that's better. Him having people fighting on his behalf is certainly better than him hopping in the ring again. I mean, because who would he really hop in the ring against? And also, when I was talking about Jason Love being so professional, he even handled it so professionally. He handled the press conference professionally. He's like, man, that's going to be easy work. After the fight, he went and dapped up Adam22. He didn't say anything negative. He didn't trash talk him. He didn't dunk on him, anything like that. So I really do have a good amount, because he could. That's the thing. He has layups to do things like that. Jason Love, that is. And he just didn't. He was fine with it. So yeah, shout out to Aiden Ross for putting on a great event. I do think that if Aiden was upset with one of his like old homies or somebody close to him, I forgot who it was. I think it was Snags. Yeah, that guy, Snags. Not Snaggy Hose, but the other guy. The guy that's really controversial. I think he's permanently banned. For that guy just coming in and collecting a check and not training, I guess you gotta look at Adam22 kind of the same. It's like, bro, can you throw a punch? Like, what's going on? But maybe it's because he only had 2 weeks of prep. I would like to see Adam22 get back in there with at least 3 months of preparation. It's not fair. We've never seen in our lives Adam22 throw a jab. We have not yet to see that. And Whack 100 talked about having footage of Adam sparring bigger people, and he was shocked at that performance. I don't know. But hey, if Whack 100 says he got the videos, he got the videos. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.